It's such garbage. But
Yeah.
I think once the titles get stripped, you know, I think Harry's done.
The royal fantasy could crash down hard, all because of two little words. Insiders whisper that Prince William might just go ahead and snatch away Harry and Meghan's last royal ties. And Meghan, she's ready to bail. Fast. Word is, no title means no marriage. This shocker's coming straight from Meghan's own half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr., who just stirred the pot with a fiery TV interview. He claims Meghan's got one eye locked on Harry, the other on the glittering crown. If the royal magic fades, she's done pretending to be a duchess or a loyal wife. Thomas didn't hold back, saying Harry's not the man the world once admired. Ever since he tied the knot with Meghan, he's lost himself and lost the public's love. That charming prince, who once had everyone swooning, is now just a shadow, even to his family. And Meghan? She's reportedly playing it cool, watching closely, and weighing her next move like a pro. But Thomas wasn't the only one tossing shade. Kevin O'Sullivan jumped in too, slamming Meghan for her ice-cold habit of cutting people off like they're nothing. O'Sullivan didn't sugarcoat a thing. Meghan has already cut off her dad, her sister, and her brother. Now the burning question is, could Harry be next on her list? Thomas came out swinging, blasting Meghan and Harry for constantly bashing the royal family while turning around and asking for forgiveness. It's total hypocrisy. The public's turned on them after they burned bridges, trashed the royals, and dragged the monarchy through the mud. Now, Thomas says they're crawling back because their popularity has totally crashed. But don't expect Prince William to just let it slide. Thomas even said if his own wife had been treated like Kate, especially during her illness, he'd be doing the same thing. But the royal drama isn't just with the palace anymore. Now it's creeping into Meghan and Harry's own turf in California. In 2024, rumours of cracks in the Sussexes' relationship exploded, even though publicists tried to spin it as career growth. Insiders and royal watchers weren't fooled. They called it what it really looked like. A battle for the spotlight. Meghan and Harry, once glued at the hip and hyped up as the ultimate power couple after leaving the palace, have been keeping their distance. And that silence is screaming louder than ever. Meghan's been all over the place, pushing her glossy lifestyle brand and sparkling on red carpets, including a flashy appearance at a star-studded LA Children's Hospital gala. Meanwhile, Harry's been jetting around the globe solo, jumping into charity work and popping up on TV shows. But here's the kicker. They haven't been seen together for ages. Not even a grainy tabloid pic. No sneaky paparazzi shots. Special royal commentator Kinsey Schofield didn't hold back. She's trying to steal the spotlight, and he's doing the same, and you can totally tell. Then came Harry's 40th birthday, and the whispers got louder. Radar Online spilled the tea. He partied with friends, while Meghan was nowhere in sight. Now, sources claim the Sussexes are quietly plotting a split. Not a full-on divorce just yet, but a sneaky plan to start living totally separate lives. Of course, their inner circle's scrambling to glue the pieces back together. Friends swear there's no trouble in paradise, just two ambitious people chasing different dreams. But the magic is wearing off fast, and the cameras aren't lying. As Meghan and Harry's lives drift further apart, the cracks are widening. And it's not just about love. There's more drama bubbling across the pond. Looks like the public is straight up ready to slam the door shut on the whole Sussex circus once and for all. The latest spark? Harry's tone-deaf rant with the BBC, where he once again whined about his fractured royal ties. On the same day, he lost his appeal for taxpayer-funded security. The timing couldn't have been worse. One angry Londoner didn't hold back when speaking to the Post. He chose to leave. Want security? Stay put. It's that simple. The public isn't just rolling their eyes anymore. They're demanding real action, and the numbers are clear as day. A jaw-dropping 97% of voters in a new Express poll say King Charles should snatch Harry's title. Even older, polling from Find Out Now wasn't much kinder. Only 36% of Brits think Harry should keep his duke status. The other 64%, they're all cheering on King Charles to make it official and cut Harry off. And just when you thought royal drama couldn't get any wilder, here comes the bombshell. Meghan Markle's secret HRH scandal is making headlines again, despite the couple's loud and clear "we're out" moment and their deal to drop the royal titles. Looks like the Sussex suits can't quite shake off that royal sparkle. In 2024, fans noticed something shady tucked inside a fancy gift basket Meghan sent to her billionaire BFF, Jamie Kern-Lima. The tea spilled last week when it was revealed that Meghan's been secretly using the HRH title. Yeah, that same one she supposedly gave up back in 2020 when she stepped down from royal life. There was a "with compliments" card hidden in the basket, tucked between the fancy strawberry preserves. And guess what? It was signed, "With compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex." Yep, Meghan, who officially agreed to drop the HRH, aka Her Royal Highness, title when she and Harry stepped away from the royals, slipped it in anyway. And not in a public press release, but in a handwritten private note to her celeb friend. But that quiet note didn't stay private for long. The photo of the card blew up on social media and reportedly even shook up things inside Buckingham Palace. Meghan's camp scrambled to cool things down, saying the HRH was just a personal touch on a private message, never meant for the spotlight. But come on, in this day and age, nothing stays secret for long. They're saying the Duchess wasn't trying to stir up drama. She was just signing off like she used to before stepping back from royal life. But not everyone's buying that. Royal watchers were all over it, calling the move a bold slap to the deal Meghan and Harry made with the late Queen Elizabeth. After all, HRH isn't just a set of fancy letters. It's a formal title tied to active service in the firm. Meghan and Harry pieced out of the palace a full 5 years ago, so why use it now? With tensions already running wild, from whispers of divorce to petitions to yank their titles, this tiny note might be the latest spark on an already blazing royal powder keg. The royal circus isn't slowing down, and over in the UK, frustration's boiling over into full-blown outrage. Remember Meghan and Harry's 2021 sit-down with Oprah? That wasn't just a royal scandal, it cracked open the entire monarchy. Many called it their most explosive and far-reaching social justice bombshell. Meghan and Harry blew the lid off old-school royal ways, racism, and deep-rooted colonial baggage. The most jaw-dropping moment. Meghan's revelation that unnamed royals were worried about how dark Prince Archie's skin might be. She said, "He's not going to be given a title. He's not going to be given security. It was all tied up with the skin tone thing." That single quote hit like a cultural earthquake. The shockwaves hadn't even stopped rippling when Prince William and Princess Kate jetted to the Caribbean in March 2022. Royal watchers now call it the Disaster Tour, a trip that was supposed to be a goodwill tour marking the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, but instead, it turned into a mess. The tour gave off old-school colonial vibes, with photos of Kate and William standing in a Land Rover, waving to kids of colour through a chain-link fence. It made the royals look out of touch and fueled talk of division and superiority. Protests blew up in Belize, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. Critics pointed fingers at the badly timed, tone-deaf trip, saying it proved the firm still hadn't gotten the message Meghan and Harry had sparked. But just when it seemed like the royal drama had hit a peak, Harry hit back with another bombshell. In a raw, emotional sit-down with the BBC from his California home, he shocked everyone with what he said. He wants to make peace with the royal family. But it's not as simple as that. Harry opened up about how gutted he felt after losing his legal battle over UK security. This fight has reportedly put a serious dent in his relationship with King Charles. Harry's heartbreaking admission: "The king won't speak to me because of the security stuff." Even with the cold shoulder and all the royal drama, Harry showed a softer side. "There's no point in continuing to fight. Life's too precious," he said. It was a rare moment of vulnerability after years of royal wars and headlines. But don't think a family reunion is happening anytime soon. After the May 2025 court ruling crushed his hopes for taxpayer-funded security in the UK, Harry was left standing in the dust. "I can't imagine ever bringing my wife and kids back to the UK," Harry admitted. He acknowledged that all those disagreements had torn his family apart, but said he's finally forgiven them. Buckingham Palace, though, isn't budging, pointing out that the security issues were looked at over and over by the courts, and every time they came to the same conclusion: no special treatment. After Harry and Meghan quit as working royals in 2020 and moved to the US, Harry fought hard to overturn the massive cuts to his security. But the court shot him down, and Harry didn't hold back. He called the whole thing a good, old-fashioned establishment stitch-up. Harry didn't just blame the system. He openly pointed the finger at the royal household, accusing them of pulling strings behind the scenes to slash his protection. When asked if he'd asked King Charles to step in, Harry's answer was clear: "I never asked him to intervene. I asked him to step out of the way and let the experts do their jobs." The whole messy process, Harry said, just confirmed his worst fears about how he's been treated. He feels deliberately pushed aside, and worse, betrayed by the very institution he was born into. And here's the kicker: losing his security detail isn't just inconvenient. It's a constant worry every single day.